it's recording.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I know we're good, buddy.
I was born good. Weren't you, Lyle? Born good?
Are we starting?
I
don't know anymore.
Man,
because last time
did you get this?
We just did this, and you
We just
thought
did
I
this.
I think this is a deceptive practice that a lot of podcasts do. Here's what I like
We
when
lure you in.
we're like, all right, so when I have a guest on my podcast,
Yeah.
what I'll do is if we're just like sitting there while so I stream it live, and so
Yes.
like for like 5 minutes or something, we'll be recording, but we won't
be live.
be live, or we won't even be recording. We just won't be live, but we're just kind of sitting there with nothing to do for 5 minutes. So I'll just start talking to them like we're on the podcast,
Yeah.
and everyone's always like, "Save it for the pod, save it for the pod." But I kind of think I'm like, look, the magic. All right, it's within us.
Yeah.
There's no. It's not a finite source.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't you? It's not. I agree with you. It's not a finite source, but there is don't you worry about stamina, like performance on a podcast or like in any sort of like.
We're about to talk about the Drew Carey show for another hour straight.
Yeah.
Stamina.
Yeah.
It's not. It was out the window.
To go back to it, we were born good. We were ready for this. Welcome back to Cleveland Rocks. It's the pod. We still got Lyle,
We still got Lyle
Hold on.
What's up,
Drescher.
gangsters?
the therapy gecko himself. You were bringing up the podcast. How's the podcast been? Good.
Has my podcast still?
Yeah.
It's a lot more. I guess this. Well, I like this podcast. I have fun doing my podcast, but there's something fun about doing this
Hopping
podcast.
on somebody else's.
Hopping on someone else's.
What I love about you as a guest on this podcast is I feel like not that we're boring, but we kind of like are very we have a format I think more so that we kind of follow, and I like a chaos agent every so often.
Yeah,
to
it
come in
really helps.
and make me kind of question what the fuck I'm doing with my artistic endeavors.
Yeah, that's all I care about doing.
Yeah?
That's all I aim to do is make you question your life.
Because my mother doesn't do it enough. I think it's a good thing that I'm also getting it from my friends. That's good. That's good. So if you obviously you should listen to all of the podcast episodes in order if you're watching this show. But we're gonna follow up on it's these two episodes that we just talked
It's
about.
the part one, part two.
This is part two, exactly. So
Much like the two episodes are two
exactly.
Correct.
It's not usually like that.
Sometimes not.
Once in a while, it's
You'll
been.
get
but
like
you're
a
right.
series arc, but they're usually like more
Episodic.
episodic in
All
nature.
right.
Yeah. So
Let's get into it.
we got season 2, episode 8 here. The title kind of ruins the whole thing.
Are you guys gonna do all of them?
every episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do all 233 episodes of the Drew Carey.
We're actually
really?
I know it is.
we're talking about live streaming and just binging the whole last season.
Yeah. This is a conversation that we've had about like what if we just watched it, but then it's like can you because that's somebody else's content, so would we have to like watch it on mute and then it's just people watching?
I mean, look.
us?
Apparently, no one gives a fuck because it's not. It's on. What is that?
It's
company?
on Plex.fart,
Plex.
I believe.
Plex does not have a legal team.
Plex. Did you say
Plex cannot afford to sue you guys. All right. I think you're good.
When we started this, we were like, we have to get it on a streaming service, and I didn't realize that it was going to be a monkey's paw,
yeah.
where we get it on like a thing that you can't even get on an Xbox. Like it's like a streaming service that no one's ever heard of, but it is available to stream.
Do you guys know
It is.
TiVo's still a thing?
Is it?
I was on TiVo's Wikipedia page.
That's
2
like
months
the
ago.
record,
Yeah,
rewind. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's still, if like TiVo is like a streaming service now, it's like
That's
TiVo
like with the
TV.
Adam Sandler movie, but like
Click.
Click, but like
Still
what
a
it was
podcast
inspired
like
by.
that.
Does TiVo have original programming?
It might.
Yeah.
It might.
I feel like
don't
everyone
know.
does now.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A just got into it.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
just started
Chick-fil-A
their
is going to
streaming
do
service.
like documentary sort of stuff. But
About
they're doing- I don't know. Farmers? I don't fucking know.
We,
Are they gonna-
we literally asked them for comment at
Yeah.
work, and they were like, "We got nothing yet."
Yeah.
Well, listen,
we'll let you know. We're just spending
Unless
the money
if their
first.
content is going to promote strong Christian values, I'm not interested.
There you go. It's important.
It's
I'm
important.
sure some of them will.
I'm sure that's the only reason why they're fucking doing it. Well, they're doing great selling that chicken.
Yeah, they
I've
really
never
are.
been to a Chick-fil-A that was not mobbed with people.
That's true. That is true. We just went on a little family road trip this summer to South Carolina, and we were coming back, and every fucking Chick-fil-A was the busiest Chick-fil-A you've ever seen in your life.
People live and die for
People
Chick-fil-A.
love it.
And they don't even advertise like the way that. I mean, they do a little bit, but
Mm.
it's not like.
Not like McDonald's in your fucking face.
Well, they just know how to do. They're just very competent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
across
they're,
the
they're,
board.
I feel like when you walk in, everything's very organized. I like the staff is always like very attentive, and the places are generally like
The bar is
clean,
Yeah.
and they're friendly, and it's just
My
it's
pleasure.
a great operation.
Yeah.
the bar is low because you can go to a Wendy's in some places and nobody's working there.
Yeah. I've
Just
been to a
empty
Burger
place.
King.
No, that Temple Wendy's.
Oh, good God,
fuck.
dude.
I've been to a Burger King where I've had to serve my own food. So yeah, I understand what you're talking about. Not really. That was a bit. It didn't work. Anyway, season 2,
hold on.
episode 8. Yeah.
I was going to ask, do we think they're going to stream on Sundays?
Womp womp.
Ah.
That's that
Never mind.
cringe
Never
sitcom.
mind. Yeah.
Season 2, episode 8 is called Drew's the Other Man. In case you were wondering what the fuck we could be dealing with.
Wait, it's in the
this-
title?
It's in the title.
Dude,
Lyle.
I'm not going to lie. You said whenever you were telling me this, it was
Yeah.
like kind of gives it away, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I
You
wasn't-
didn't get what
well,
that
no,
could've
I
meant?
get it now,
Yeah.
but like,
Why the
that
fuck did they
wouldn't-
put that in the title?
Well, they needed a title for a thing. I don't know. Well, there was a point in season 1 where
Who knows the titles to any of these anyway?
Okay,
you're
but
watching
no,
it on
no,
cable.
No, but when? Wait, really? Okay, because I always thought that in the olden days,
Yeah.
there was physical TV guides,
Yeah.
right? And so you could see
Like a paper
like
magazine
people,
you
yeah,
get.
paper magazine, like, and people would see what's coming up, and so you would see, oh, the new episode of Drew Carey is airing. It's called Drew is the Other Guy.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
why the fuck would they
fair.
do that?
Yeah.
Why would they
great point.
spoil the
That's
thing?
a
in the
real
thing?
specific subset of people
Yeah.
that loves this show, and then they're
And
also,
also-
getting TV
Well,
Guide.
but we have to understand
No,
it's
but it used to be a
96.
thing.
It used to be a thing. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know.
We're
We
watching this shit in
we were
2024.
infants. Yeah, exactly. I'm just clicking on season
I guess
2.
We're
I
watching
don't
it on
understand.
Plex, dude.
I don't
I'm
understand.
I'm on Plex. I'm a Plex head. Come on.
You're like, who has TV Guide?
I don't understand how prolific I guess TV Guide once was.
Yeah, it was huge. And then it was immediately not huge. Like everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ebbs and it flows. The sun rises. and
They
the
could
sets.
put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Finally, they were
The
like,
people are like, oh, wait, hold on. Why are we printing things?
I don't think there was internet.
But yeah, it's literally called Drew's the Other Guy. Or
Yeah.
Drew's the Other Man, excuse me. This cold open is fucking nuts. And I'm so glad you were here for
oh,
this.
this rules.
I thought it was very fun.
Oh, I
don't know.
forgot
Again,
about that.
Talk
Yeah.
about
What
the
the fuck
music
was going on?
licensing.
Music
shit.
licensing. So it starts off with Lewis coming into Drew's office, and he's talking about a tattoo he got of snakes, but he's scared of snakes and he's scared of tattoos, so that's why it's a fake tattoo. Whatever. And then Drew goes, man, that's not hip. You know what is hip? And then he breaks into a dance routine, like it's disco fever dream dance routine, set to What Is Hip by the Tower of Power.
Yeah.
I don't even know, man, like why this happened. There's like he's in a bunch of different suits at one point. He's dancing on the pool table.
This thing's insane because then they also a fucking Dick Clark is in there.
Dick Clark's in there. Scooby Doo. What's that big puppet thing that looks like a hamburger head?
Oh wait, it's the
Do you know what that is?
it's the Croft puppets.
I don't know what the fuck that, but I know what I've seen it before.
Maybe not. I
I
don't
believe
know.
it. It was crazy. And it's just like they're like big. So Lyle, to start this season, we pointed out like season 1, like you're dipping your toe into something new. You know what I mean? You don't want to give it a whole lot of money. Season 2, we knew that they were gonna hitch their horse to this because they gave them a whole fucking like song and dance opening to the season set to the Vogues. 5 o'clock world. So there's like a whole dance number where he's dancing in the street and doing all this shit. And this is another one where it's just like a crazy cold open where they're just like,
And then they
renting-
they do the whole thing and they don't talk about it.
yeah.
In fact, it
does not impact
it's
the
an
plot at
insular
all.
bit because at the end of the song, Ryan or Lewis,
Yeah.
sorry, just like raises his hands in the air and tries to rub
Off his
the
tattoo.
tattoo
Yeah.
off his arm.
And then we never address
And
it
we
again.
never
Do
address
they play it in any of the other episodes?
Like the song?
The cold open.
They do cold opens in every episode, but they don't do musical ones every so often.
Because so that was the only time
That's
that
just
played?
the
in
only
whole
time
fucking
that
thing?
that will
Like, shit,
exist.
They filmed so much for that one little thing.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
bizarre.
That didn't make any sense.
They
Why
had
the fuck did they do
costume
that?
changes. They had a whole sequence where
And then
everybody's
the
in 3D
episode had
glasses.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, not at all.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Why did they do that?
That's just shit that they did in the 90s, I guess. I don't know.
I think
Dude, I would watch that. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I would. I don't. ever need to watch another episode of the Drew Carey Show,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch that on YouTube again.
Yeah, you're gonna go on Cold Open, Drew Carey's song and dance Cold Open.
Yes.
Well, now I'm just wondering how many more of these exist because
Right.
we've already seen 2, and we're only what 7.
This is episode 8.
Eight episodes
and there's
in.
22 in the season.
Yeah.
So probably at least one more, I think.
But not even just like this season. I'm just talking about for the rest of the fucking series.
I wonder who pitched it. Like, how did it happen? Was it like a writer's pitch, or was it Drew
See,
wanted it?
here's where I feel like Drew is just like a music guy. He's and he just has good taste.
It
and
kind
like,
of goes
this is a
back
good
to
song.
his DJing, like we
And
talked.
yeah, exactly. And he just wanted to fuck around. He
Yeah.
has this budget, a cast.
Wait, what does he DJ? Does he DJ like EDM?
No, he DJ. It's like more like funk stuff like this. He'll
Wait,
do,
that
like,
fucking is cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a young guy EDM house music fucking DJ.
No,
dude,
like
when you said DJ.
now, no. He does like funk sessions and like
That's
different
so
things.
fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, it's
Does he tour?
No, I think he like has a residency somewhere in Los Angeles.
Okay, I bet. Here's what you guys need to do.
We need to fly out.
We
Los
need
Angeles.
You need to fly to Los Angeles. You got to go to one of his shows.
Yeah.
And you got to hold up a big sign that says, "Will you be on my podcast?"
Yeah. I think I'm going to be put on a list if I do that. I think I might be put on a couple lists.
Give
Yeah.
him a big QR code.
Yeah,
To
make
see-
him
so
scan
that-
it.
make
He's
him-
got to pull out his phone in the middle of it and start streaming this episode.
yeah, he put a QR code on it.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, no, just a really fucking cool but weird and completely off topic cold open.
Yeah.
Honestly before I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Before you,
Yeah,
until you guys
because
said
again,
something.
it is not also like we're in the middle of a 2-episode arc,
Yeah.
right. What a weird.
and they're
Place
just like,
to just put it in.
oh yeah,
Weird.
It was cool though. I want to watch that again.
Yeah.
Scratches.
you
something
should
in my
watch
brain.
the 5 o'clock world one. It's good too.
Yeah.
There's
I thought
gotta
that
be
was
a
an
bunch
original
of
song.
these.
That wasn't an original song.
That song there?
Yeah.
No.
No,
It's
that's-
a funk song by the
that's-
Tower of
Oh,
Power.
all right, cool.
Yeah,
So this is also a reason it can't stream because they have
they
to
got a
license
bunch
that
of shit
music.
like this, I guess.
Yeah, they've got stuff. I believe.
Also, there's like a band. There's like a
yeah,
whole band.
There's
plot.
like live performances in the thing from actual bands. I'm told later on in the show, so it's
Yeah.
hard to stream that, especially like when it's more crucial to the plot. This you could just lift and it would be fine. But
Also, back to Drew being a music guy. He plays the accordion.
there you go.
He I guess
it's the Polish in him.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
the big polka. That's what all this polka Polish Cleveland shit is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Warsaw is in Poland, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a shout out to
To
both
the
to both.
Eastern European folks that migrated
Established
and
in,
established a community in
Eastern
Cleveland.
Ohio, Western Pennsylvania.
and
That's why
that's-
TJ knows a good amount of it because he's kind of
They kind of did the same
neighboring
thing in the
with his
Pittsburgh
hometown of
area
Pittsburgh.
too.
So at the beginning of I think this episode, Mimi
Yes.
is talking to the guy in
Yes.
Spanish, and she's
So,
like,
you're
"I'm
right.
Polish, but
Yeah.
but my tongue is Spanish.
is Spanish."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone in the show is Polish.
Mostly,
For some reason,
yeah.
the Warsaw is having its first ever Latin night.
the whitest fucking
It's the whitest
place
crowd you've ever seen. But
No,
for-
there's that guy though.
yeah, Mimi
Except for that
finds
guy,
the
yeah.
one Hispanic guy in Cleveland
Yeah.
and hits it off with him. He calls her a goddess, and she speaks pretty good Spanish. I think. I don't know. I didn't do well in my AP.
Yeah, I
Spanish
couldn't
test.
tell you if it was
But-
good or great or not, but he was impressed.
Yeah, he was clearly impressed. Yeah, Drew's eating. Did I get it right? He's
Wow,
eating
this is the second episode in a row that Mimi got laid?
Yeah. Or
Wow.
she
She
picks up
seems
a
like
man.
she gets laid a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would say you
You wouldn't
watched
know.
the first 2 episodes
Yeah.
where I'm
There
like,
was-
oh wow.
There's a lot of people shitting on her in the other seasons, but then you came in for the 2 where she's just cleaning up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
She,
that's true.
I will say you're totally right there. No matter what, she's always
Yeah.
had the confidence.
Oh, 1,000%.
But there was a point. There's an earlier episode where we go to her apartment, and it's like it's madness.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
imagine
like, an
how her
acid trip.
face looks, and then imagine if that's how an apartment
all over the
really looks.
walls
Yeah,
and like
colors and
tapestries
tie-dye
and, and everything. And then she has a shrine to Drew.
She's a shrine to Drew.
Well, but then we learn.
Oh, so she's okay. So this is like you're
You're thinking like a Helga
Thinking
Pataki
of Hel-
situation.
yeah.
I don't think it is. What's the? She gives
But
an
the out,
explanation.
the out on the shrine to Drew, which I don't know if I buy, but the out was that she's been clipping photos of Drew and sending them to prisons.
Yes, and she's writing letters to
Love
prison
letters.
inmates as
Yeah.
if she's Drew. So then,
So when
they'll
they
try
get
to
out,
connect
they
to Drew
all
Carey.
try to connect with Drew.
It's fucking weird, man.
yeah.
Man, good thing this is a cartoon.
Good
Because
thing
if
it's not
someone
real.
did that in real life, that
Good
would
thing
be
this is a
insane.
bad
fake
news.
thing.
A cartoon is just what I call all fiction.
Yeah. I love my favorite cartoon characters, Drew Carey and Mimi. Do we know Mimi's last name? Bobek.
Bobek.
Yes. It
Yeah.
took me a second. I forgot it for a second.
That sounds Polish.
Yeah, it kind of does. Do I ever write Drew's eating pierogies and burritos? Is what he says.
Pierogies. It was like sausage and beans,
Yeah.
pinto or black beans.
He's
or
just
something.
it's just a time bomb waiting to go off. They keep
right.
saying. Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
fuse.
So the episode it opens with Drew's got this whole thing where his new girlfriend Bonnie.
Yeah.
She for some reason doesn't want to be seen in public with him or
Isn't
something.
that so weird?
Isn't
it so weird?
And
Drew's-
at first Drew's like, I got me a girl who's down to just go to McDonald's and have sex. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
They kind of want him to be that guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're really rooting for him to have that kind of love in his life where he can just eat
Yeah.
fast food and then go fuck.
Oh my god! And then the Randall looking guy.
Yeah.
He's
Who's
like
Randall? What
from
the-
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
I guess Ryan Stiles kind of looks like Randall.
He does. His face is Randall like.
and,
Yep.
and he's
Harkens
like
to
next.
Rand.
He's I forget what exactly he says, but he says something like next time she gives you her finger.
Yeah.
Why did next time she asks you to pull her finger?
Oh,
what did
next time he asks you to pull her finger, as if like you fart on it, you put a ring on it. Is what he's saying instead.
Why would someone? Well, hold on. Can we just how? I don't understand. Pull my finger and then I fart. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, you don't.
He says the next time she goes to say "pull my finger," put a ring on it.
I don't think. Is that exactly what she says? Is that what she says? Is that what he says?
I don't know. I don't have the transcript in front of me.
Do you remember what he said? No. I don't think that's what he said.
I know
Okay.
what pull.
Whatever.
My
He
finger
says
is.
something like all this girl wants to do is have sex and eat McDonald's.
The
you should
implication
get married.
is put a ring on it. Exactly.
Yes, you should get
But
married.
Well, yeah, but and Bonnie does kind of pitch herself. She's like, I don't need much. I'm a low maintenance woman.
I'm
you know?
simple, yeah. But Drew wants more. Drew wants to have a deep relationship. We know this from his other previously failed relationships. He
Yeah.
wants a deep connection with a woman.
Well, he was just kind of like, I'll take you to a nice restaurant. You know, it's not just the money thing. We can go out
yeah,
once in a while.
he thinks thinks he's cheap or something. He's
Yeah.
projecting insecurities out on that. But
Come
yeah,
on,
no.
Drew.
Then they try to pick a song. They've been dating for 2 weeks, and she's like, "What's our song?" And they're looking, and every suggestion Drew gives, she's not cool with. Everlasting Love. That's a bold choice when you've been dating a woman.
That is a bold
Yeah,
choice.
after 2
I will
weeks.
say that in her defense. But yeah, no, and then I don't know. Drew kind of wants to go steady. That's a thing that we've noticed in this show. By the way, it's happened I think twice now. The idea of going steady in a relationship in the '90s. It's like you're 30. You don't what do you mean? What do you mean you're going steady? I don't know.
What does that term mean? I remember hearing that when I was.
that's it.
You're
this is
exclusive.
You're
It's
exclusive. This is your
Okay.
steady partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Do people still say going steady?
I don't think so.
I've not heard
It
that.
feels
in a very
very
long time.
dated,
What about-
even
Feels
for a
very dated.
'90s
Very
sitcom.
dated,
What about
yeah.
necking? It sounds like the same people that say going steady say we're
What the hell does
necking.
necking mean?
I was gonna say, is necking,
necking.
necking's
Like kissing.
yeah, it's
making out.
but it's
You're
on
necking.
the neck, right?
Well, no, it's
Isn't
not.
it getting a hickey?
It's an all-encompassing term, though. That if you're necking with
So
your
you're
girlfriend,
telling me
you're
the neck begins under the nostrils? That's fucking crazy.
What do they say in England? They don't say it. Not a.
Or bloody hell!
Oi, boy!
Oi, bruv.
Come on,
What are they
England!
saying? They
Score
say-
the fucking goal!
It's not shagging. Shagging is sex.
Oh,
It's not,
shagging is
no,
sex,
No,
yeah.
it's not. But what is it? There's a word they
That's
say
just
for making
Austin
out.
Powers.
Is it snogging? What is it?
Oh,
It's-
snogging is
snogging,
the-
Snogging,
yeah.
is that it?
The problem with me with English slang like that is it all sounds like a Harry Potter spell. At a point, I'm like, oh, snogging.
Snogging.
He was snogging.
Sounds
with-
like
I'm
a
just
spell.
Yeah, exactly.
What? There's another. What do they call their mates over there?
Mates?
No, but what's the other term for mates.
The other term for someone you're in a romantic relationship with?
No. I mean, like they're
friends.
brothers, they're pals,
Mates.
they're mates.
Chaps?
But there's another one.
Chaps?
No.
You say what?
All right,
Mates.
I gotta find this.
Oi, with your mate.
He's gonna Google British friends. That's what you're gonna type.
British
Type on your computer
friends.
right now, British friends, and it's just gonna be the Friends sitcom, but redubbed with accents.
So while I guess while you're figuring that out.
Yeah.
Bloke,
Oh, I don't think bloke is not.
lad, or bruv.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Bruv.
just say that I don't think that if you're referring to someone as your friend, a bloke is like some guy.
Sure.
That's
yeah.
my interpretation of what bloke means. Oh, bloke. Down
Bloke.
the-
Aye, some fucking bloke.
Some fucking bloke. Like when you're at a bar and some guy
Yeah.
bumps into you, you're like, some
Yeah.
fucking bloke. you
lad.
know.
Lad is
Lad's like a
more,
friend. I
Lad,
would
yeah,
say.
sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
bloke is some fucking dude.
Yeah, just some guy.
You know,
think that's
like
right.
guy or dude. Like a friend. Like a friend is not like like I wouldn't use guy to refer to a friend.
Yeah. It's my
No.
or my guy. What about my guy?
No, my guy is something you say to someone you're trying to antagonize.
It's
My guy, get the fuck out of my way.
okay, fair.
We don't talk about it a lot. The episode doesn't address it. It's a holiday episode because, as Lyle wanted to talk about the last
I mentioned
one,
in season. I
In the
mentioned
last
in the
episode.
last
Wait,
episode.
did I miss this?
Okay.
yeah, they're
so I
getting
mentioned in
Buzz
la-
Beer is getting ready for their holiday promotions, and they're trying to think of different
Oh,
ways that they
yes.
can gin up sort of like publicity.
And one of the ways is they make an eggnog beer.
Yes.
Beer nog.
Yeah.
The guy drinks it.
Yeah.
Randall drinks it.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck, dude, we can't have a third name for me
He
to call
calls
this
him
guy.
by the actor's name. I call him by the character's name. You've called him by a Pixar character.
what's he
Look-alike.
doing now? Can you look up him?
Ryan
what's
Stiles.
He doing? Yeah, what's he doing?
Ryan Stiles still works
He's
on.
still on
Whose Line
Is It Anyway?
Whose Line Is It Anyway? By the way, is coming
Oh.
to New York in October. Just
Wait,
a
Drew
fun
Carey's
fact.
from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
He
isn't
is,
Is that how
yes.
they met?
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
met like
Well,
doing improv or something together. I
Drew
think,
Carey
in
signed a
comedy.
contract with ABC to do Whose Line a few years after he signed it to do Drew Carey's show. So I think he just like, the same character.
How long have you had that tattoo for?
This?
Yeah.
What's it been?
2 years? 3 years.
2.5 years? 2.5 years
rough.
now.
What does Serenely Now mean?
That's a Seinfeld quote.
Really?
Yeah, Frank Costanza, Serenity Now.
Oh, I didn't know that. It looks like something from like the from like Lincoln Park.
Oh man,
I thought it was like a
Lincoln. I'm a big Lincoln Park.
I thought it was no. It sounds like a song lyric thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. No, it's cool because it looks. It
It
doesn't
looks-
look like it's a Seinfeld quote.
Right, exactly. You have no idea.
Yeah.
He takes a sip of the beer
He
eggnog,
takes a sip of the beer nog.
and he's like, the whole joke is that beer eggnog is gross.
Yeah.
Which is offensive to someone like me who would think. It
Are
was
you a
delicious.
big?
Do you
Are
like
you a big
eggnog?
eggnog guy? I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's it's all right.
I love eggnog.
I don't
man.
like a big. My belly can't handle the
I was
creamy.
gonna say I'm not big on
drinks.
dairy in general, like liquid like that. Like I can't. I'm not big on milk creamers or things like that. But
That's crazy, man.
I like an alcoholic creamer, like a Bailey's or something.
Ooh, a Bailey's is
Bailey's is nice.
yeah,
good.
I don't know. But yeah, you would totally drink it. Now I want you to think it's a mixture of coffee and eggnog. You
Bailey-
think that
And
would be
beer.
No. I'm saying in the Buzz beer. And
Mix
beer.
of beer, coffee, and eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think you would have no problem.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Throw ketchup.
I've seen
throw
you.
ketchup in there, dude. I don't care.
I have. I
actually don't. Ketchup
I've
is too
seen
much.
you eat some crazy shit and
Yeah, like
consume
what?
some crazy things. Well, I'm thinking the big thing is, and
Go
I
ahead.
think you bring it up. Are you still touring with it? The Reese's concoctions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I,
Lyle's-
big
What
ball
you're
of
making
it.
concoctions?
I made a ball of Reese's. once.
Yeah, he took every Reese's product, melted it in a microwave, and then mixed it
Yeah, I
together.
made a ball.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you eat it?
Are you guys coming to my show next
If
week?
you want to find out,
Find out.
Yeah, dude.
At this point, by the way, just for continuity, the show will have already happened, and I'm sure it was great and it's sold out because Brooklyn loves Therapy Gecko.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But so all right. So what? I guess it's supposed to be a Christmas episode.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a Christmas episode.
How come? So Drew Carey is as we.
The thing is, they
I was
lean a
wondering if
lot.
he was Jewish, but he's not. Go ahead.
They
not
lean a
Jewish.
lot harder into Christmas in the last Christmas episode.
I would agree.
So that's why it didn't register to me.
Yeah. It's also like, well, my favorite thing is also they bring up the idea of making the bottles the Christmas ornaments, which isn't a terrible idea. You get a beer, you drink it, and then you just hang it on the
That'd
tree.
be an awesome Christmas tree.
I fucking love it. You kidding me? Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's while they're doing this, I guess,
That
that
Oswald
comes in. Oswald has won. This is what a sentence that I get to say. Oswald won the delivery service boxing tournament.
Yeah, that rules.
You ever just get you and your boys at the office together, and you're like, who could win in a boxing match?
Well, I like that it was part of some initiative to get them to drop the guns and pick up the gloves.
Yeah.
Because
With guns.
famously, those postal workers are the
Oh.
most disgruntled.
I didn't even think
Of
about it.
the
It's
bunch.
it's a going postal thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even connect that. Until
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
that's
Wow.
that's what that bit was. So anyway, he says there are a few former USPS guys that were
on
working
staff.
at his staff.
That makes sense.
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
He and apparently Oswald, I never struck me as an athlete.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say, in 2024, the idea of a bunch of Amazon delivery drivers fighting, getting into a bare knuckles brawl, and the winner gets sick days would be frowned upon.
The winner gets a clean piss bottle. That's oh man, fuck. That's so funny. I would love I think if they were gonna recreate Fight Club, it would be Amazon delivery service guys.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
That's the.
So you guys ever fought before?
We talk about this on a previous episode. I'm not a fighter, but I did have a move when I would get in a fight, and I would just sit on the kid because I was usually the bigger kid.
That rocks.
You got to get him on the ground.
Yeah, well, no, you got to force me. I was a kicker if I was ever going to do it.
Ooh.
And everyone was like, dirty move. And I'm like, no, fuck you. Fighting is dirty to begin with. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would sit on kids.
That's cool. That's
Were
awesome.
you
Imagine someone doing that.
I
Imagine
fought-
Mike Tyson just sitting on his opponent in like a boxing match.
Well, it's like Ali said, you know, float
Say
like a
you're
butterfly,
sorry.
sit like a bee.
Yeah. No, I got in a fight with a kid one time, but it was just about over his Halo disc. He accused me of scratching his Halo disc. And I was like, bitch, I didn't even touch your fucking Halo disc.
Yep.
Dude, in my neighborhood once, these two kids got into a fight, and one kid, took a copy of Halo 3 on the Xbox and smacked him on the head with it. It was so awesome.
Damn, that feels like something you'd like. You know, in WWE, when you reach into the crowd and you can pull out whatever object. Have you ever played the video game?
Yeah. He went WWE on him with Halo 3.
And what's this? A Halo 3 Xbox Stars! Dun, dun, dun,
He
dun.
smacked him with Halo 3.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, Oswald, it turns out the guy that he beat to win the thing is this guy named Joe. And Joe comes over at the end of it, and they're going to go see Space Jam and go to dinner together. And it seems like he's really very
His name-
buddy with him.
They have names, too. It's not just Joe. It's Special Delivery Joe.
Oh, yeah. And then he
it's,
is.
Careful, do not bend Oswald.
Yes. Yeah. They gave themselves wrestling names. That kind of rules.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever have a cool wrestling name. I'm trying to think what it would be.
Oh, come on, man. You could come up with anything.
They used to call me Sugar Shane at
Sugar Ray Shane.
Yeah, exactly. No, not Sugar Ray Shane. But no, they called me Sugar Shane Robinson, right?
Sits on your shame.
Isn't that the boxer? Sits
Yes.
on your Shane. Oh no, we can't have that. But yeah, so it tears up Lewis because they're pretty good friends. It seems that Lewis has
Yeah,
been
well, now
replaced.
Oswald's hanging out with his boy
Joe.
They're going to go see Space Jam together.
I love it. I love Space Jam so much. I think it's such a funny, fucking, very specific 90s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
They really were never worried about, well, I guess why would you be? Nobody has ever, because especially then you're making a TV show and you never believe, oh, this is going to live on past its like air date.
Yeah.
And people are going to watch this in 40 years.
Yeah.
Right, no.
They don't, yeah.
It's hyper specific.
Wow, is this really 40 years old?
No, it's not 40 years old. It's
Sorry,
30,
I don't.
35.
No, 1992.
1996.
That's crazy.
Oh,
bro.
so it's 27 years old.
Yeah, it's about 30.
That's a lot. So how old was Drew Carey when the show premiered? And
I think we did the math. He was like in his mid 30s, mid to late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Is he related to Jim Carrey?
No, I don't think so.
No.
All right.
God, wouldn't that be an interesting family
They
tree?
spell their
how that
names
split?
differently, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Drew Carey only has one R. Right?
yes.
Yeah.
Drew Carey's got 1 R. Jim Carrey's got 2.
And then in in Spanish, they have 4 R's. Jim Carrey. No, that was stupid. Never mind.
Oh, so yeah, to get back to the Bonnie thing, Drew realizes, he's still upset about this whole thing, and he wants to kind of take her out to dinner or do something nice, and the gang suggests, well, you know what you should do? You should just surprise her. She's not going to ever, allow you to, like, take her out to dinner.
Yeah.
So you got to spring it onto her.
What?
So he has this idea of, and I guess Lewis helps with it, of like, hey, Drug Co. has a whole thing. We can get you set up with like a cart that'll keep a warm meal and all this, and don't touch this one thing though, and all this stuff. So he's like he makes a plan to like kind of give her
Show up to her apartment
and
and
have-
surprise her
make
with dinner.
dinner. Yeah.
Can I just say, if you're gonna have an affair, why the fuck would you give the
guy
other
your
guy
address.
your address?
Yeah, if you're having an affair, why would you tell the guy your apartment?
It's insane.
It's a crazy concept to me.
Especially because she lives with her husband, as we come to find out. Drew,
yeah. So that is, I guess, the whole heart of this is that Drew shows up with his whole. He's got a tux on. He's got like the cart with the meals ready to go, and then he walks on in, and Bonnie is there with her husband, who you knew the actor that plays him. It's Eric something.
I only knew it because I had
So when
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts. Yes.
when the husband comes in,
Yeah.
the audience makes a sound, but it's not like a ooh sound. It's more like they clap a little bit, right?
Yeah.
They kind of clap.
Everyone apparently knows kind of who this guy is.
Yeah, no, they clap in a way where it's like, oh, is this this has got to be a famous guest actor, because they wouldn't just clap.
He's got a
Otherwise.
Wikipedia. So I'm looking at it right now. He's done like a bunch of movies and shit, it looks like.
That's good.
Oh, he's Emma Roberts' dad. Emma Roberts.
really?
From Unfabulous.
Wow.
No, I thought, is that what she was in?
Who's
that was
Emma
her
Roberts?
Nick sitcom? No, you're right. I mean, she's in like all the.
She's
the
in like the
American
hokey
Horror Story shit.
2010s comedy. With
She's
Ed
from
Helms,
Unfabulous.
right?
Unfabulous, right? That's
2004
her?
2007. That is correct. Yeah.
Better Unfabulous.
I can't believe that you remember.
Yeah, she's sorry. What I was thinking of, she's in We're the Millers.
Oh, she is in We're the Millers. That's true. I know her.
How's
she's
she
in all the
doing?
Ryan Murphy shit.
Does Wikipedia show like is she doing all right?
I think so. I think she's
How-
doing all right.
Under career, there's just well-being.
I would love. There
It's
should
just-
be,
it's a
dude.
ticker.
It
Yeah.
should be well. Not even like. Not it doesn't have to be its own section. Just like in the the beginning parts of Wikipedia where it's like birthplace.
She did
relationship
this,
status, just
and
like
she is good.
well-being.
She's doing
all right.
okay. Don't worry about her.
Don't worry
She's
about it.
reconciled with.
I just want to
her-
know if we need to worry about Emma Roberts.
Wait, don't think we do. Because her dad, Eric Roberts, is doing even better. at
He's still
68.
making that Drew Carey. He's still living off that Drew Carey show.
I hope he
cameo.
is. God
Yo,
damn.
you guys could probably get him.
Oh, I think so. We want to get. I mean, at some point, we do want to get some of like the recurring characters. Not like the main cast, but I think
Yeah.
we have eyes on like other characters.
And I
Right,
think
so
that
the
we could-
Randall guy is on Whose Line? Is Whose
Yes.
Line still happening?
Whose Line is still happening?
Yeah.
Whose Line is literally touring in New York this October.
And then
The,
the
host
UPS
is different though. It's Aisha Tyler.
It's Aisha
now.
Tyler. now.
Oh, from
From,
what's her face?
she's an Archer. And
Cool.
she's done some other
Yeah,
stuff.
And then what's the Kate doing now?
Kate is she's married to the guy who created Scrubs, Bill Lawrence, I believe his
Okay.
name is.
Does she-
And she's acts in some things. She does
Okay.
she's on this Apple TV show that I watch.
Okay.
With that's a therapy thing. I can't remember the
Yeah,
goddamn name.
what's
of
the
it.
UPS guy doing now?
Dietrich Bader, we did not know at the start of this. We literally on the first episode were like, we don't know who the fuck this guy is.
I felt like I recognized his face.
He's been in like some movies in the 90s.
Oh no, he's dead, isn't he?
No, he's not dead. He's not dead. He was in Veep most recently, I believe. Is the thing.
Okay.
He was a character in Veep, which you've watched all of, right?
I haven't watched all of it. I
okay.
quit once she was like out of politics. They do like the whole pivot to now she's like a working woman looking to maybe get back in.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And I think that was like season 4.
He's a character in that show that gets thrown under the bus for some situation. Like they all name this. I think his name is Bill or something, and they all.
So what's
throw him
he?
under.
What's he do now?
He's like an actor still. They're all doing
Okay,
acting.
all right,
Yeah.
okay.
So I
Pretty
think
cool.
so long as they have projects to promote, and so long as we have listeners with ears, I think we can make it happen. But we're gonna start smaller.
So he goes in, finds out that Bonnie has a husband.
Yes.
Okay, and then and some stuff happens in between, but at one point, so the husband thinks that Drew Carey is like a waiter who's like come to their house to make them dinner, and the Eric guy, the husband, does this thing that nobody talks about, but he basically I think he proposed a threesome between them.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So there's a point he goes in to get changed into something more comfortable.
Yeah.
And Drew and Bonnie have it out about like why the fuck
did you not tell me anything?
He comes out in like a robe, and then he basically implies like, do you want to stick around for breakfast?
That's what he goes, how much to make breakfast?
Yeah. So I don't know if he implies a threesome or if it's like a cuckold situation. I don't know.
Yo, at
Or
what
if
point
he-
is Drew Carey just like,
Yeah.
Sure, why
Honestly,
not?
listen,
Okay.
if I was in a situation like that, I'd absolutely be like, yeah, no, for sure. I will participate in a 3-way or fuck your wife or whatever you want.
Maybe, but then see the pressure's on though. You have to know how to make eggs the next morning.
Well, we know he makes eggs the morning that she spends the night at this place.
yeah,
so
did.
we could absolutely make breakfast, no
yeah.
problem.
wow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, his heart is basically shattered because this woman is lying about her marital status to him. Oh, poor Drew, man. Drew can't catch a goddamn break in this show.
No,
It's a shame.
it's kind of hot though. Honestly, like it's a little bit of a morale boost if you're Drew Carey.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. A married woman
Yeah,
was so upset
was-
that I was the one that she went to.
Yeah.
It's kind of hot. I don't know. Lyle has no thoughts on this.
Sorry, I just zoned out for like a second. I was thinking, yo, did you know they have, I was at Taco Bell the other day. Dude, they have Baja Blast Gelato now.
Whoa, like ice
What?
cream?
Well, I thought it was ice cream, but with the texture of it, it's more like Italian ice.
Oh, okay. It's like a water ice kind of thing.
So he goes,
So-
what happens after that?
So after he says no to a threesome and he leaves. Oh, and I guess the one thing we should say is he tells him that there's dessert included, and it's like the one little poison.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's,
that's
he has. There's like botulism or something in a petri dish.
yeah. That he tells. It's,
You know, I know it was a
Velvet
cute.
lady.
I know it was a cute little joke, but he could have died.
yeah, this is true. But that's how mad he was at the husband. Which, by the way, misplaced anger on that.
Yeah.
Misplaced anger. They
I
didn't
want
do
to say he
anything.
should be more mad at the wife. Caroline Ray's Bonnie.
Right, he was trying to poison this guy. I was like, this guy's just, he just didn't do anything wrong at all.
Yeah, no. He's just swarmy and, I don't know, probably a little more
He-
physically
he
fit than
just
you. I don't
wanted-
think that's a reason to be mad.
It's true. He was in good shape, dude.
Yeah.
Just is it a crime to love your wife, Drew? That's what I want to know.
Drew hates wife guys. The next
Weird.
scene is
The word. What is a wife guy?
like colloquially, I think it's like a guy who is like obsessed with their wife, like who is
Yeah.
a big fan of their wife.
Shouldn't
Shouldn't
you
be
be?
I think
all be.
everybody should strive to be a wife guy.
Everyone should want
Yeah.
it, but I think that's why it's also okay to like name them.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I think so.
there's a wife. You got a fucking wife guy over there.
Yeah.
Because if you can't become a wife guy, you're probably
Society
pretty bitter.
just keeps coming up
Well,
with ways to
and it's like
make
a-
fun of people for different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a
For
180
loving your wife.
Loving your wife.
It's a 180 from like the sitcom trope of like, oh, the fucking ball and chain. You know what
Right,
I
yeah,
mean?
it's the opposite of the Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney
Yeah.
Dangerfield, say what you will about him, not a wife guy.
No, Rodney Dangerfield,
The opposite of a wife guy.
wife guy. So the next day we're in the office and Drew's in a miserable mood, but he's called Mimi. Or no, I'm sorry. He's called to Mr. Wick's office. Mr. Wick has somebody, I think, that he wants to see. And it turns into a celebration. Everybody needs to put on party hats, and he's going to blow out candles on a cake because it's this guy's last day.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not my last day. He's like, oh, yes, it is because you parked in my parking space and all this shit. Yeah, Mr. Wick, I don't know if you can tell, not a great guy.
I just want to say one more thing about the Baja Blast Gelato, which is that after I finished it, there was like a little bit of like melted Baja Blast Gelato juice in the cup.
Yeah.
And what I did was I was still in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And so I took the cup and I went over to the soda machine and I filled it with actual Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Ooh.
So it kind of mixed in with the gelato remnants.
Yeah.
And that was pretty good.
Hell yeah. Okay. Nice.
You guys ever do a suicide?
At a restaurant like that,
At
where
a-
you fill it all up.
You fill it with every single thing at the soda machine?
Wait.
Do you guys ever do a suicide? And Lyle looked at you like the saddest puppy you've ever seen.
That's called a suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking all of the different
Where you
beverages.
fill
at a
up
fast food
every
place.
soda at the machine.
Dude,
You put it in your
shut the fuck up. What do you... That's called a suicide?
Yeah, that's what it...
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't even drink soda, and I know.
Can
that.
you... Is that
Yeah.
like... Is this a thing?
All right, yeah.
That's called a
Lyle
suicide?
has now gone over to TJ's MacBook,
Suicide.
and he's going on Urban
Soda.
Dictionary, I imagine.
No, suicide sodas. Suicide sodas. Remember the novelty of using and mixing all the drinks into one? Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I used to do that. Dude, bro. No. Yo, you want to hear something crazy? So
Yeah.
I used to do this every time I went to the soda machine. You ever order a suicide from the way? Dude, I went to Red
That's what I was
Robin.
gonna say. Can you like a lot of? Did you? Wait, no, you gotta tell the story. What did you
I
do?
have a great. Well, first of all, I have great parents. We were at Red Robin, and my mom was like, "Look, he likes when you put a little bit of every drink into the thing."
Breaking
And I
it
ordered
down.
at Red Robin. I ordered a suicide. It's called a suicide.
Yes. Or this guy apparently called them
I thought you were
graveyards.
like. I thought you were like. Do you guys ever think about killing yourself?
I mean, the answer is yes
Yeah,
to both.
Jesus.
I have done a suicide. I think.
Yeah.
I think
That's
about
crazy.
I
Holy shit.
regularly think about both of those things.
But what did your mom call your?
Damn, I love her
Your
breaking
mom
it down.
just said.
My mom helped me order. We were going around the table, Red Robin. And my mom was like, he likes.
Imagining her leaning in like, "Hey, listen, this is a little
He's
unconventional,
a little
but
special.
Yo,
our
TJ,
little
you,
man."
You sound exactly like Sebastian Maniscalco just now when you did that. You could do a good impression of him.
Yeah, I could do a fucking
No, see, now that you're trying,
Oh, too much. No. Jesus Christ. So
Damn. All right,
Fuck.
that's crazy.
that's so fucking funny. Oh, how? Because we were talking about you. I was like, how the fuck did that relate to the show at all? I lost my place.
It was related to something that was also not even remotely related.
It was
to
the Baja Blast mixed with the Mountain Dew.
Don't if by the way, if anyone's listening, don't get it. Don't
You-
get the
you
Baja
didn't like
Blast
it?
July. It just wasn't that. Well, it just was.
I thought you really liked it.
No, but did I come off like I did?
you were
a
talking
little
it up
bit.
like you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fascinated by it.
Sure.
They in the fucking picture of it, it looks like it's ice cream. It looks like
Yeah.
it's gelato. It's like there's no dairy in it.
Sure.
There's got to be no dairy in it because Baja Blast ice cream seems like it'd be good, but Baja Blast Italian ice, it's like we're not really doing anything new, because it's still like syrupy and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the fucking Drew Carey
So I was
show.
gonna say after Drew, after they fire this guy because of the parking spot, the whole gang comes by. Again, they just all live in the office, I guess, and they're kind of talking about how oblivious Drew was to this whole situation and how upset he is. And then Oswald takes off his jacket to reveal the most flamboyant blue shirt you could have ever seen in your
It
life.
was silk, right?
Yeah,
it was like a
silk and
silky,
big arms and
yeah.
billowy. It was
It's a
really
sexy shirt.
sexy shirt for sure.
Yeah.
But it's giving, and then everyone's like, where'd you get that shirt? And he's like, oh, Joe got it for me. And
Yeah, Joe is boxer buddy.
Joe is his boxer buddy from work, and then they're like, Joe got it for you. He's like, yeah, Joe, he stays a little tight on money, and he thought I would really appreciate it if he got me this shirt. And they're like, so he's just buying you, he's dressing you now?
And he's taking you to movies and
dinners and all this stuff. And but enough about me. Let's talk about how oblivious Drew is.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It slowly dawns
was
upon
good.
them that Oswald is dating a man.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a very funny revelation. Diedrich Bader plays it very good when he's like going through all the stuff. And we're going camping this weekend. Oh my god! Like,
But hey, you guess that doesn't really make a lot of sense because if how long? It seems like they've been dating for like what 2 weeks or whatever, and they've never like kissed.
yeah, it's been a week, and
They're taking it slow.
Yeah,
That's fair.
this is a different era, the 90s.
Although, okay, well, to your point, Lyle, there was, because in the next scene we get a little more of the timeline revealed. It is a little weird that Joe fully believes that Oswald knew
that they were
dating,
Right.
and they hadn't tried to kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
agree.
there definitely like there would be some form of whatever,
some sort of intimacy.
some form of physical intimacy. Yeah,
Yeah, and they haven't breached that subject. So I was like waiting to see how this would pay off, and they answer it immediately because the next shot is just Oswald in a truck with Joe,
Yeah.
and they're talking
Making
about
deliveries.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't think I'm gonna go on the camping trip anymore. And Joe's like, why not? And he's like, because I'm not gay. And then Joe's like, what? No, we've been dating for a week. And like,
Yeah.
he's just so confused about this idea that Oswald didn't put it together.
We also find out that Joe let him win.
Yeah, Joe says he let him win in the boxing match because he couldn't hit that pretty little face.
So I feel vindicated for not believing that guy, Oswald, is remotely an athlete.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, absolutely. You are correct in your original assumption. That it
But
was
yeah,
not built.
I guess. I guess. But also, we come to find, jumping ahead because it's only like 2 scenes ahead.
Yeah.
I guess Oswald had been under the impression. People in the office were under the impression that he dated 3 other guys.
Oh,
too.
yeah. No, he reconciles
He
with
got
Drew at
around.
the end, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm dating 3 other guys too. I didn't realize it. Look, I think he just likes free shit, and I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
At the
Money's
end of the
tight.
day. Money's tight. The UPS job ain't paying the way it should.
He used to be just a gig guy.
Yeah.
He was a DJ.
He was a DJ for a second. Look, if you can just get a nice shirt out of it, sure, whatever, So Drew and Bonnie then have a reconciliation. Bonnie comes over to try to apologize to Drew. Drew doesn't know how to take it, right? That's how it starts.
yeah. And frankly, I'm with Drew.
Yeah,
Get off my
that's-
lawn,
it's
Bonnie.
some fucked up shit that she did. Oh, there is a scene before this, I guess, where Drew's on the phone and we don't know who he's on the phone with, and he's asking if adultery is a sin, even if you don't know that you're committing it. And he goes, "It is. It still is. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll do a pepperoni pizza and some cheesy bites
was
as well."
funny.
It's a very funny little
was funny.
misdirect. I enjoy.
And then he's like, and then he said something. I forget what the fucking exact words were, but he was like, yeah. And the guys down at the chicken place said that
Yeah.
you cannot be redeemed through. Whatever. I don't forget exactly what he said, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then she apologizes and she explains, like, things weren't going well in my marriage and I was ready to divorce him. And then there's a but. And it turns out that Drew has sort of saved their marriage because the dinner that he gave them opened up space for them to talk about the problems in their relationship, and they have reconciled.
Yeah. Drew saved the marriage.
Yeah, Drew calls himself Schmuck Man, and he says, he's saving couples at his own expense.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she kisses him on the cheek and apologizes for all of the inconvenience that she's caused in his life. And then just leaves. And that's the end of Caroline Ray's character. Fuck, man. This poor guy. This guy can't catch a break.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't. But also, he never does himself favors, so he doesn't put his best foot forward, I would say, all the time.
Yeah?
In this instance,
Nothing he did in this
He did.
instance was his problem, I would say.
What's
she
an example?
really came in like with all the worst. Again, with all the worst people and making all the worst decisions that he was.
She's
he
a much
couldn't
more flawed character than Drew Carey.
Yeah.
I would say like an example throughout the show of this is like he had a relationship that wasn't working because of because he was the boss to a woman that was working under him.
He wasn't willing to maybe risk his career.
Right. He wasn't willing to risk a work causing a work issue for that, which is noble. But then the issue went away, and the relationship still wasn't working because clearly they just weren't into each other. And instead of being like, well, we should break up, he decided to have her move in.
Yeah.
So that was his. So she moved in for like a week, not even like a couple of days. And then
he quickly realized he cannot stand her.
Yeah. So but you know what I mean? Like, it's like you should have saved yourself instead of like throwing a Hail Mary like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't do himself a favor. But yeah.
Yeah, and
so,
then it ends with the Randall character.
Right. Well, it ends with Oswald. Oswald and Drew
right.
reconciling. Like we were saying, Oswald's dating 3 other guys at work. But then, instead of being a bunch of sad sacks at home, they say, why don't we go out to a bar and try to meet women? And Oswald suggests this new bar up the town where you have to dress like a cowboy to get in. And Drew's like, I'll just meet you there, buddy. You go. Poor Oswald, man. He has no idea that he's queer baiting. He's got no idea. He's got no clue. And then the end scene is Randall. We didn't even bring this up because it was such a random thing, but Kate and Lewis are doing dancing lessons together.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what they established?
Yeah, at the Warsaw during Latin night.
They said that they were
They
taking
said,
it?
let's go out on the dance floor because we're doing dance lessons together. And then Lewis was like, yeah, I want to try to meet
I just
people.
thought, honestly, watching them dance in the last scene, I was just like, oh, they had the least amount to say this episode.
Yeah.
So they're just giving them the
You
closing credits.
You thought it was just leftover footage from the cold open?
Well, no, I was just like, oh, they're just trying to give them something.
Yeah.
Here's their plot. They're
Yeah.
still dancing.
Right. It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good dancers, though.
That-
Ryan
oh my
Stiles
God, that
can
was
fucking
great.
cut a rug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think, Lyle, you're ever going to watch another episode of the Drew Carey Show?
It's not that I don't like the Drew Carey show. It's just there's other things I would rather do with my time and life.
Yeah, I hear you. Like Baja Blast, Gelato.
No, not that.
Not
that's
that.
That's
Apparently bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a vice that I get, drawn towards.
That's how I like to think of the Drew Carey Show with me. Like, I know it's
No,
probably...
but you guys are like doing a thing. You're
Yeah, it's
making
true.
notes on your laptop. No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
You're doing a thing.
Yeah.
It's good.
I respect that. Thank you, man.
You know,
Thanks,
if I were to
man.
watch,
Was there anything that you enjoyed? What did you enjoy most about this experience of watching Drew?
I really enjoyed the most of this experience watching Drew. It's getting to hang out with 2 of my favorite guys and laugh.
You're good, man. 2 of your favorite blokes.
2 of my favorite blokes.
Yeah.
And
Just
laugh.
palling around.
I think this is a fun way to watch 2K. If I I'm just gonna watch this alone on my laptop.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair.
Yeah.
And that's what we like to think you guys at home are doing, but then you pop us in your ears.
Yeah.
And
you
can laugh along with
You got
us.
a whole new world. Yeah, just 2 other guys are also there watching
in your
this
living
90s
room. We're on
sitcom.
the couch
Yeah,
right there with
We're
you.
right there.
I just want to say, if anyone's ever, to whoever listens to this podcast and has formed a parasocial relationship with Shane and TJ and has thought to themselves, man, it would be sick to be friends with these guys. I just want to say, as someone who is friends with these guys, that you're right. It is sick. They're 2 great dudes, and they're a lot of fun to hang out with.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
But if you
thanks,
have,
man.
please do not stalk me. If I'm doing a DJ set, don't come with a sign.
No, Shane's a nice guy. If you ever see him in real life, walk up to follow him.
Yeah, just see where I'm getting off on this.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to make new friends.
And then if you follow him all the way home,
Yeah.
Then
Well,
you'll
we also
see
get
me.
TJ. It's a 2-for-1.
It's a 2-for-1.
Lyle, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Again,
thanks,
you can see
man.
him. When's the tour? It starts obviously September, but it ends like November. Is that right?
TherapyGeckoTour.com.
It's throughout the fall. Go
Yeah.
get tickets.
Go-
it's
go
a good
check
show.
them out.
If you live
I've
in
seen-
Manchester, England,
Yeah, go get tickets.
get
When are you
tickets.
going to Europe? When's the Europe leg of it?
November.
Oh, cool. That's sick.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun. It'll be cool.
No,
I've
hell
seen
yeah.
I've seen the show, not this specific show, but I've seen versions of it 3 different times, and it's a blast every time.
No, it's
Yeah,
the best.
I hope
It's a
it'll be
great
fun.
show.
It's a lot
Go,
of
We'll be there.
crazy
We'll be there in
things.
September
therapygeckotour.com. Yeah, we'll be at the Brooklyn one.
Rock and roll.
And yeah, that's it. Instagram.com/Cleveland Rocks Podcast. Cleveland Rocks Podcast at gmail.com.
Email us, guys.
Send
I
us
just
something.
I love if you're just listening, you want to shoot us a note. I just want to hear
Yeah.
what are you doing? What's going on? You don't have to talk about the
How's
pod.
the weather?
Yeah, I just want to know who you are.
Yeah. I
Maybe
just wanna,
you don't have to divulge that much
yeah.
information, but
if
just
you
give
can
me a little
email
bit.
your social security number to clevelandrockspodcast at gmail.com. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.